EJ taught me how to play this game with dice, like we were gambling.
Bruh, cut, man. You don't tell people that stuff. I got a halo over my head.
So we were shooting dice in the kitchen, like it was really
God,
fun.
bruh. Some stuff you gotta keep close to the chest.
The date night. One time we had a spa night, date night. So I went
That was fun.
I think I went to like Five Below and Dollar Tree and just got some stuff. And I was like, I had seen people's videos on YouTube and Instagram on how they went to the esthetician. So we gave each other massages,
that was a really
facials. We watched, while we had our mask on, we watched this show called like Curse Words or something. And date night, honestly, during quarantine, it was super easy because we live with my parents. So whenever it was date night, Harper knew that she was going to be with my mom. And it was easy. So Harper was at the house. We didn't have to have a babysitter.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Welcome back to another episode of
The Marriage Conversation.
So, we were just... Man, let me scoot up something. I need to scoot that. Let me scoot back a chair. Yeah. But we were just finishing up date night, and I told my kid, I was like, man, we should record. And so here we are, recording. So what I wanted to talk about tonight, or today, or
Whenever
in the
you're watching
morning,
this.
whenever you're watching this, is that 2 + 2 + 2 = 6. And
What?
it's blunt. But nah, seriously. So I don't know what episode it was, but we talked about our dating schedule, like date nights and where we go every couple of months and every couple of years. And since tonight was a date night, I figured we would come to y'all and just give y'all a little sneak peek BTS behind the scenes, but not really behind the scenes because all of this is staged of what we do. So yeah, what I thought we could start with though, and we may have said this, so forgive me if I asked this question on the previous episode, but do you remember our first date?
Yes, well, I consider our first date.
Okay, tell the folks, enlighten them, they want to know.
Well, it happened in June of 2013.
Starry night.
And I went to Greensboro and spent about a week with EJ. About a week,
Started about a week ago.
But he actually came to Raleigh, Durham and picked me up and took me back to Greensboro.
It was Durham, it wasn't Raleigh.
No, it was Durham. I was at a convocation and he picked me up and took me to Greensboro, and then the next morning...
But we planned it out.
Yeah, this was planned.
Yeah.
And then the next day, we went to Kickback Jack's.
Yeah. So for people that don't live on the East Coast, it's
American.
Yeah, American
bar.
pub, tavern.
They show sports.
Yeah.
It's a
sports bar. Jinx, jinx. But yeah, it's a sports
I'll
bar.
drink to that. Yeah, and we had Kickback Jack's, and
Key also slept till like noon that day, so it was really like an afternoon. Yeah.
Well, I had been in convocation for a week.
Tell me, people don't know what convocation is.
So I was a part of a church that was in an organization with other churches, kind of like if you're from the South, like the Baptist Church.
Union.
Baptist Union. But, other churches, so all the churches in that organization came together to celebrate, and that's when all the leaders get elevated and ordained and licensed and all that stuff. And it's basically a revival. It was a week-long revival from Sunday to Sunday.
Yeah.
And I was a part of praise team, choir, dance team, all that stuff. So I was doing stuff from morning until night. So
for you worldly people, it's like a leadership conference that is a week long, and your branch and another branch, all the branches come together, celebrate, people get awards and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And you just so happen to be on the committee that do all the planning, so you don't really get no rest.
There was church service every night. There was like classes and rehearsals during the day.
Yeah.
No sleep.
No sleep for the weird.
So that's why I was so tired. But we did go to Kickback Jack's. I think I got maybe I got a salad. I don't remember what I got.
No,
I do remember ordering sweet tea because EJ ordered sweet tea because I feel like I wanted to order a soda, but I was like following his lead. And this has always been in my mind. I think I just told EJ this recently. Whenever I go out to eat and I know somebody else is paying, or I want somebody else to pay, I try to like budget in my mind. Okay, I'm only gonna spend like $20 max. So you know, I was trying to be in budget. He was treating.
I probably didn't get sweet tea. I probably got a water.
No, you got sweet tea. I remember because we sat outside.
We did do that
at one of the high top tables, right by the little ledge.
Yeah,
and that was,
in Greensboro.
Yeah, right off
Battleground.
Yeah, that was our first date.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we talked about. I just remember sitting out there. We talked, had a good time. Probably talked about convocations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So now I want to shift. I want to transition. So with the 222, let's talk about dates. So let's back up. So I planned date night tonight, and I told Nike I'm getting tired of planning all these date nights.
Y'all, this is the second one he planned.
And I'm tired. So anywho, I planned date night tonight, and the theme for tonight.
Wait, hold on, pause. Because you plan all these date nights, but I remember giving you a gift one year for your birthday with a whole bunch of date nights where you could have just given me the date night and I could have.
Yeah, I don't know what you did with them. I gave them to you and I ain't seen them since.
You never used them. But bless you.
Sorry.
Just put that out there. Disclaimer.
Yeah. So anywho, I planned date night tonight, and I wanted to kick it old school. So that was the theme for tonight. And not old school in like the sense of the 80s, 90s, the olden days.
Old school for our relationship.
Yeah, old school for our relationship. So in 2020, for everybody that's been living under a rock, there was this thing called the coronavirus that came and took the world by storm. And so, you know, Nike and I were stuck in the house for almost 2 years, and we could only go to the grocery stores and things like that. So if you live like Virginia, Northern Virginia and up, you've heard of this place called Wegmans. It's a really fancy grocery store.
It's not really fancy, it's just big.
It's a fancy grocery store. If you're from the South, that's fancy. They got fine dining in there and all of those types of things.
They have a butcher. They have like a kind of like a fishmonger.
You know, when you from the
cheeses.
When you from the South, as my friend Jermaine said, South with an F. You know, so you got Winn-Dixie and Food Line, and so you know this place got a sushi station. They got like a chicken. They got all these type of different stations. So anyway, we would go there and get this sushi platter, like not even on date nights, but at least like once or twice a week.
It was not that much.
All right, once or twice a month.
Yeah.
And so tonight, one of my coworkers told me about this place that's close to us where we live here in Charlotte, and I went and got some sushi for Nike and myself. And we also got a little bit of wine because that's what we did in the pandemic. And so
Riesling pairs well with sushi.
Yeah, so that's what we did tonight. And the reason why I wanted to come on here and record this podcast at this time, because in my mind, I hear people saying like, oh, like, bruh, date night is hard and we need a babysitter and it's gonna cost me $300 to go out and all this other stuff. But there are definitely ways that you can, you know, have date nights regularly and often on a budget. And so, you know, I wanted Nikea, since she's playing more of them, according to her, she's playing more of them than myself, to just talk about some of the date nights that we had. I mean, even the ones that did cost money, but just some ideas of things that we've done that, you know, were on the lower end, and then some of the things that were at home, and some of the things that, you know, more adventurous, all of those types of things.
So I don't remember. I think we started the 222 thing after we got married. Because I found it on Pinterest.
Yeah.
That's where I found the post. And if I find it, I'll send it to EJ so he can put it on the screen. Even though he don't like to do a lot of editing for these podcast episodes. As minimal editing as possible.
For sure.
But I saw this and somebody had posted that them and their partner, every 2 weeks, they have date night. Every 2 months, they have a weekend getaway. And then every 2 years, they go out of town or go on a vacation together. And I was like, that's what's up. Like, that's really dope. So we implemented that in our relationship and our marriage. And even EJ's best friend and his wife have adopted the 222.
I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were just doing their own thing.
No, they do too. That's why sometimes our date nights
Fall
fall.
Oh.
Or I think they're actually alternating.
Yeah.
Like when we're not dating, they are.
So they're dating night probably next week, but they got a big thing coming up.
Or they had one last week.
Yeah.
But we started that, and it's a way to hold you accountable. And I wanted date night to be non-negotiable because I didn't want to get into marriage and then get into the monotony of, okay, I'm with this person, it's cool. I feel like you always have to keep on dating the person that you're with and make things interesting, and not just in the bedroom. So one of the most memorable date nights for me that we've had was during quarantine, and EJ taught me how to play this game with dice, like we were gambling.
Bruh, cut, man. You don't tell people that stuff. I got a halo over my head.
So we were shooting dice in the kitchen, like it was really
God,
fun.
bruh. Some stuff you gotta keep close to the chest.
The date night. One time we had a spa night date night. So I went
was fun.
I think I went to like Five Below and Dollar Tree and just got some stuff. And I was like, I had seen people's videos on YouTube and Instagram on how they went to the esthetician. So we gave each other massages
that was a really
facials. We watched while we had our mask on, we watched this show called like Curse Words or something. And date night, honestly, during quarantine, it was super easy because we lived with my parents. So whenever it was date night, Harper knew that she was going to be with my mom. And it was easy. So Harper was at the house. We didn't have to have a babysitter. That was fine. Let's see, what else have we done? Like we've gone.
We did. Oh, go ahead.
We've gone out golfing at Top Golf. We tried new restaurants together. We've been axe throwing recently.
Yeah.
I feel like my shoulder's just now getting back to how it used to be.
Axe throwing is fun too. You're looking for something adventurous. It's like bowling, but with axes.
Really, it is.
Yeah, like
You gotta have accuracy.
Yeah, you gotta have accuracy, and it's something that, you know, not to sound sexist, but you might think like, oh man, women don't want to do that. They don't want to go and throw an axe and do all of that. But Nike had a really good time.
You surprised me.
It was a surprise, and you know, for an hour, it's a good workout too.
And then we did candle making together. So we bought a kit from Enamored Abroad. Shout out to Angela and Deidre. Check them out. We'll put a link in the description box. But they have a date night kit where you can make candles. It also had a drink recipe in there. So we made a drink together. And then it also had these questions for like conversation starters and stuff like that. So that was really fun.
Yeah.
What else have we done?
When the pandemic first started, we did that wine and design. It was like 2,000 people on Zoom trying to paint. So we may have talked about this before. I can't remember or not. So you had to go. You had to go and get all the supplies, and then at a certain time, you know, Zoom popped open, and the instructor taught you virtually.
But it was really, like, you can go to Walmart and get dollar paints.
Yeah.
I think the most expensive part was the canvases. But the paintings came out really nice. Because usually for wine and design, it's like somebody draws for you and then you fill it in.
I've never had that experience. I've always drawn for myself.
All the ones I went to is drawn in and you kind of like paint by numbers. But this one, it was free hand painting. I was like, oh, I'm an artist.
Boy is nice.
I'm an artist.
I'm real dope with that.
And before that, EJ had planned a date night. We had a Mexican themed vacation
based off like Aruba.
Yeah, EJ has some music playing. He set up this little like bistro table by the back door in the basement.
Patio door.
Yeah.
Open that joint up, let the breeze hit your face a little bit.
He made arroz con pollo. He had some music playing.
Yeah, I made some champagne cocktails.
Oh yeah, that was.
And I even put on like a Mexican or a Latinx inspired playlist.
You just say Latin. You just say Latin.
Yeah.
Latinx is when you're referring to people. Yeah.
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 But yeah, so
we had game nights.
So yeah, I put the playlist on and that joint was dope.
Yeah.
Really. And then we even dressed up for that one. So I did.
No, we didn't.
I did dress
after
up.
That we met up with
our friends and I was still dressed up.
Yeah, but I had on my gray crop top set from Fashion Nova.
That was just you. I
would look at pictures. You were not dressed up.
Yes,
Who was dressed up? A button up?
Yeah.
No.
I put on a button up.
Absolutely not.
It's okay. We don't have to argue about it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna pull up evidence.
Anywho, so yeah, we've done that.
Yeah.
Game nights.
Have we been super consistent with it? No. Have we missed some date nights?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Now what I will do, now fellas, hear me. You know what I'm saying? Hear my heart, as my bishop would say. If we already got something planned with other people, that just count as date night to me. We already gonna be out. We already gonna be doing stuff with other people. I just tie that in.
You need to talk with me before that and let me know. Be like, is this cool for a date night? Can this count as date night?
We are. You the one that be planning to have the stuff.
EJ, you were not dressed up.
Yo, that's dressed up for a pandemic.
You have on the same shirt.
I had on a t-shirt in a pandemic.
He said he had on a button up, y'all.
I feel like we changed. That's from when we were with the folks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we changed. I'm sure I had on something.
Cause we did the photo shoot that day. We did the one with the spray.
Nah, you need to go back. Cause I'm sure I changed. At any rate.
Oh, you know what? We probably did. Cause I think I put on my dress, the little floral dress. Okay, my bad. I stand corrected.
Bruh.
I say corrected.
Anywho, so yeah, those are some of the date nights that we've had over the years.
Oh, we did. One night we watched, we had a movie night and we watched a classic black movie, Mahogany.
Oh yeah, we did. Really, bro, the pandemic date nights they forced you to be creative. Mm-hmm. Like you had to slow down and
really be intentional.
Hey, really be intentional.
And we've had date nights with Harper. Sometimes my mom wasn't able to watch her, so she was there. She was here on date night tonight. She had some sushi, but
eating up my sushi.
But I feel like she knows about date night, so she knows that's me and daddy time, or mommy and daddy time. So right now she's upstairs, she's doing her own thing, and she knows that like that's for us. Like if she wanted some food, of course she can come get some food. We're not going to deny her, and we're not going to just neglect her because she's in the house. But she knows like this is our time. You need something, come talk to us, and then make yourself scarce. Because we also do like family date nights too.
Yeah, for real. So I really don't. The excuse of I don't have nobody to watch my kid or my kids or something like my kids said. If you just be intentional and tell them about it and just be upfront, I'm sure that they'll do whatever they need to do.
Yeah. And they'll learn. We've been doing it, been like 2 years now, so
yeah, so she knows. She hit. She's like, okay.
And of course, you don't want to do that every single time.
Right? Yeah. Get a babysitter. Yeah. Get a friend. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with the 222, it's already planned in a sense in advance. So you already know. Okay, I need to get a babysitter. I mean, I know what we're doing, but I'm gonna get a babysitter from this time. So we're gonna do something between these hours when the babysitter is here. Yeah. The other thing that we do too, like we do a lot of stuff during the day. Like I think a lot of times people get caught up thinking like, oh man, if I'm gonna do my date, it got to be 9 p.m. or 7 p.m. or something like that. Date night is just a phrase. Yeah, it's a phrase. Yeah, we'll go date at 10 a.m. on a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Or we did the candle making like in the 2 p.m. on a Friday. Because it was during my spring break and Harper was at school. And I work from home, so we took an hour and a half, did it, and we was done. And so yeah, like there's no excuse, in my opinion, to say, oh, I can't get this date night done. Kids go to school, you got at least one person from your church, from your job, your neighbor, somebody to watch them kids at least once a month. Yeah. You know, y'all can alternate, watch their kids, and then you watch their kids, something. Yeah. You know, just figure it out. But yeah, I went to a wedding yesterday. I'm a photographer. And so I went to a wedding yesterday, and that was the one of the things that the pastor said, like, you have to work on the marriage. So we are firm believers that dating is a part of working on the marriage. So if you're going to make excuses and talk about why you can't do it and you don't have time, you don't have money, you don't have nobody to watch the kids, you don't have nobody to do X, Y, Z, then, you know, don't be surprised if that thing fall apart. But, you know, once you get that thing built on a firm foundation, you know, and really work on it. Yeah. I will say the only part of the 222 that we don't really do consistently is like the weekends away. Yeah. Like we'll go out of town, but it's not like, oh, intentional, this is our weekend away. Like EJ keeps saying we need to do a staycation and lock ourselves in the Airbnb, and our friends the stance was always mentioned to us. Y'all should do a staycation in Charlotte. They have all these nice hotels and da 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 da. So
that piece we are consistent on. But we do date though.
Mm-hmm. But like EJ says, a lot of times like we'll be out of town. Like we had a couple's cabin trip.
Yeah.
And then like if we go out of town to New Bern, his parents do not mind us leaving Hartford.
Yeah, so even if it's not date day, we go out. And so, look, I'm filling up this cup, okay? The cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy.
What you trying to get in return?
Nah, I'm just filling the cup up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm filling the cup. Okay. So, hey, y'all drop down in the comments and let us know some of the places y'all have been. If y'all in the Charlotte area, we would love to hear some of the recommendations.
Right. Tell us some places we should visit.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Weekends away.
Yeah.
And just give us some date night ideas in the bottom. In the bottom. Give us some date night ideas down below.
Yeah. The other thing too that I was talking to Nike about before we got on camera, and I just want to hear you all's thoughts on this. You know, because we got some consistent listeners. Let us know what y'all think about us doing some type of event or some type of activity offered to the seriously dating, engaged, and married couples. Like, I think that there's a community of people who need inspiration and just need to see black love. And if you're interested in something like that, just drop down, shoot us a message on Instagram, something. You know, just kind of let us know what your thought process is on that and where you all are at in that. And you know, it's something that I was toying with before we even press record, but I think it'll be a dope event. So y'all let us know what y'all think about that. You got anything else?
No, nothing.
Cool. Well, we appreciate y'all.
Thank you for listening and watching. Make sure you like, comment,
subscribe,
follow,
share,
engage,
all of that. We'll catch y'all in the next one.